Yo, it's me, ABT, Alonzo Von 3, Advanced Visualization Technology Productions. It's late. It's like 4:15 in the morning. I took a nap from work after I got work around 10 o'clock or something. I was exhausted. And very hot day. And I was just really whooped. I had a lot of tough calls today that, you know, um, So, what I wanted to do while I'm vlogging, because I'm about to post a little informative blog about something that happened in 2023 that had to do with Maya and the way that they changed their pivot point editing. It seems like it's a bug, but it actually still works. There's just some settings, pin constraints, or something like that when you're editing. I still think that is somewhat of a troublesome thing because I think it influenced a lot of scripts. Now, I haven't done any rigging since 2023, and it probably had a lot to do with this. I think I had tried to do a project for David, and then I ran across this. And out of all the other things that makes it very challenging to do rigging and animation, especially the kind of work I do, is it like it was just really tough trying to do that project for David. So it was one of the projects that I just said, hey, I can't do this. One thing I realized, I had been in my studio for 20 something years, and it's not only do I have to have the right equipment, but I have to have a layout where I can sit decently. I still I don't know why, but it's been the universe has been conspiring against me having a very comfortable chair. I'm always fighting for a chair, and they always break immediately. And so I don't know why it's so difficult for me to just get a chair. My job that I work in, they have very comfortable setups. Your arms fit right, the level of the computers, the chairs. So I'm trying to mimic that. Hopefully I can do that, which is more money, more time. I have very makeshift setup right now. Uh, but I just wanted to make this post because I am just going to respond. I'm going to put a quick little video that demonstrates it. I don't even have my mic set up. I'm going to get one because people keep telling me I got to start using my voice a bit more. But so I just wanted to make sure it is absolutely clear that there is only one project that I can work with. Like I said, I tried to do something for David some time ago. I ran into some rigging problems. I'm gonna post this video, I so the last project I was working on, and I had like a bunch of 5 projects. I literally locked myself in a room during the winter, and I'll be honest, I didn't have any heat. Some people would testify to that. But I stayed in that one room and I heated it enough. And it was real bad because the house it was an old house. It had been, and the previous owners were not house owners. So that room was really cold, but God rest his soul in peace, Betsy said, don't freeze. I said, I'll never freeze. I think they tracked that and put it in a movie or something. Anyway, so I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm still at it. The one project I have is Artem. I want to be clear. That's like the only project, and there's a reason why I'm doing that. That's the only project that has a story base and stuff like that. But it's just been so hard because of my job is really intense. Now, I saw today that some people on my job, 2 girls in particular, they left and they are working remotely. And I know a lot of people want to work remote. So this is the first time I realized it. But so I think you have to be a certain skill level to be that, and I'm not at that skill level on my job. So Matter of fact, the last couple of days, yesterday I made a mistake. So, and that's not good on my job. She don't make mistakes anyway. So, it's been really, really intense. So, why I'm saying that is because when I was in that room, when I was in my control room, my studio, which I was just thinking back about how many amazing things I'm so grateful of, and I give God the praise and the glory for it. It was completely impossible to do without Him. And so, and He's still blessing me. So, even though they messed up my Facebook account, my Facebook Oculus messed up my Facebook authorization, they have no way to get and just appeal it. It's been a really, Mark Zuckerberg, you better get it together. Or else this is just going to be one slow road. It's just too many setbacks with that. They should have that Oculus so much together. But maybe they don't care. Maybe they're like, the only guys going to use it is guys who really care, are the people who are production savvy and can use it for 3D modeling. Anyway, I keep wanting to cut to the point. The point is, I stayed in that room and did that work for 20 years. And I knew, and I thought about it, I was just thinking about it, that beforehand, that I could not work a full-time job and do computer graphics. And I kept thinking that was a decision I made in 2006. I was working I was on a platter, a bunch of guys, Beer Weeder, and a bunch of other people that I knew from there. It was very big platform at one time. Even Richard Lanehart was there, Keith Lane Gold, Julian Love. A lot of people was there, but it dwindled down when things changed with Maya. And I mean, it was fine for a while, but I was aware of it in New York City. And that's when I had first got on it, when I was at New York. So that was in early 2000, just before. And so when I went to Buffalo, I was like, oh, cool, I'll be connected and can still freelance from a remote location. But I was thinking that I knew when I was at Philip Morris that I could not do a full-time job. And that was a full-time job. I was loving. They were paying good. So, but I knew then. And it was some of Keith Lango's work, I said. To learn animation, as much as it took me to learn how to do just 3D and make money or freelance, I had to have some solitary time to be able to focus on that. And I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's very, very intense. And like I said, even before I left, my goals with Maya, was to do muscle rigging. And I did that with the Piggy Girl animation that I did for Daniel Lee that was in National Fine Arts Museum in Taiwan, and claw simulation. I was doing that while I was doing research for that when I was at Philip Morris. It was 2000. So it was longer than what I had actually. When I got to the platter and I saw guys like Fred and CJ and other people who could dedicate their time, they were always on the platter. It's because they were working for themselves or at the time had the time. I knew that in order to do it, I would have to have that same amount of time to dedicate to it. So I'm saying that to say I'm not in that position right now. That's why it's taking such a long time. Even when the house went down and I was in a hotel, I did not have a full-time job, and I was able to finish the scripts. When I finish my job, and at the end of the day, I'm just zipped. zipped, just completely ripped. I mean, zoned. I can't even begin to tell you. But for some people, it's easier. For me, the way I handle things, like I say, I'm not the best, but I do have some gifts and attributes to bring to the job that makes it, for them worthwhile. And so, and like previous supervisor that was there is that we need people that can do or act that does things the way he does too. So I'm very fortunate to have it because it helps me sustain, and that's what I need to do, and slowly and gradually build up enough to get the work done. So that was my point: is that I am going to post this because this is something that happened in 2023. It's just it's a tech thing. I'm not doing a freelance on that. I will push forward, but unfortunately, it takes some time. I only have one personal project for myself, and that has not been moving. So I'm just right now, I have to focus on that. So it's just an update. I'll have to focus on the job. So it's just an update, but it's in a very good position. I do think a time will come where I will have more time to dedicate, but of course, it has to be where I have some stable kind of income or background to be able to focus even more. Still going to be taking a very small inching board that's going to move it. Is a move at this point will be monumental. Meaning I can't do big moves or spend a lot of time, but the small moves is what they have a different value. So I hope I post this. All right. God bless you all. Love you all. Good. Sorry about the Facebook thing. Like I say, Oculus and Facebook doesn't. They do it on purpose. I bought their product and tried to use Facebook to register, and Facebook said you were moving too fast. Me, I'm not a faster. Anyway, that's their system did that. So I think the time is almost up. Do apologize. Maybe I'll get it started again. And then I turn around and lose my phone. And immediately somebody stole the Cash App money out of it. So I got a new phone because I had bought one for my daughter, but she never came. So I found it recently. And this is after months. So I'll try to get back in contact. Until then, hit me up here. Contact me there. I have an email as well. ABT Pro. So I do apologize if people I love and I would love to talk to, but I'm just hopefully. So I found the phone. Now I got to get a chip, and then I'll get the service. So I know if everybody knows, they say, "Oh, he's slow," but I'm doing what I got to do. All right. God bless you. Love you.